Hello. Hi there. Happy Friday. Happy full moon. It's nice to be here together for a Friday. And it's uh, full moon. The eclipse was in California time last night. And I slept right through it. But I don't actually, I used to go out and look at eclipses, but then at a certain point, I read something about that might be considered, not such a great activity, that might not be auspicious, and that it's important to kind of let the moon have her time. So, yeah, sometimes I watch them, sometimes I don't, but a lot of times I don't. So this time I didn't. I went to bed. I got some much needed rest. Yesterday was a really, really busy day, unexpectedly, just like back to back all day long busy. Today I'm in the shop. So if anybody's in the Mount Shasta area, Dunsmuir, you want to pop by and say hello. I have one appointment from 2 to 3, but aside from that, I'm going to be there 12 to 6. So come say hi. Let's see, this lighter is toward the end of its life. I have a backup for when it finally dies, but and it's a week away from the one no, it's 1 week away from the 3-year anniversary of my father's death. So I'm definitely in my ancestor energy still. But we are going to be in our full moon ceremony in the goddess temple. We're going to be putting the season of the ancestors somewhat to bed so that we can focus on the coming of the light in December with Yule. But I do have this personal reflection day coming up for Thanksgiving. And so thankful for the many years that I had with my father and thankful that Santa Muerte gave him the exact death he wanted to have. Madre mía, Santa Muerte, ante las dificultades de la vida, ayúdame. En mis desaciertos, ilumíname. En mis soledades, acompáñeme. En las horas difíciles, fortaléceme. En más tentaciones, defiéndeme. En las penas y tristezas, consuélame. Con tu inmenso poder, protégeme. Con tu infinito amor, amame. Con tu gran bondad, mírame. Con tu mano providente, guíame. Así sea por siempre. Amen. For my whole life, my dad always told me that the way that he wanted to die was in his own bed and to just as if he had fallen asleep and to have complete peace. And that is the way that he died. And I had a premonition that my father was dying very strongly through the year 2018, starting in March when a plant that he had given me didn't come back after winter. And then all the way through the summer, lots of little signs. He and I took a really wonderful road trip that year across country and had a lot of fun. And when I dropped him off at the airport to fly home, I knew it was the last time I was going to see him. I had a very strong premonition in early October of that year that it was coming soon. And I went to Mexico City and I prayed at Santa Muerte's shrine that my father be given the death that he asked for when it was his right and proper time. And he died a little over a month later, exactly as he wished it. And so I am dedicated to Santa Muerte for the rest of my life. In gratitude. Portal. Infinite mind, awakening consciousness. Let's see. There, you can see it here. And here. Oh, it's card number 1. Wow, it's really great. And we are in a portal right now because of the eclipse. Very magical. Wow. Okay. Infinite mind, awakening consciousness. This deck, oh, Shauna, this deck is, you would love this deck, I think. The Priestess of Light Oracle. The artwork is beautiful, really evocative. The authors are Sandra Ann Taylor and Kimberly Weber. And the meanings of the cards are very relatable. And I like the way it's all laid out. I've been really pleased with this deck. This card heralds the coming of a very powerful time for you. It signifies no less than the awakening of your infinite and eternal awareness. A golden radiance encircles the crown chakra and third eye of the sacred priestess, representing the profound connections that reach from your own mind to the unlimited power of divine source. This is the portal to your ultimate experience of inspiration. That's such a great line. Please buckle your seatbelts. We'll be cruising at an altitude of 36,000 feet. This is the portal to your ultimate experience of inspiration. You are connected to the unending flow of beneficial information from the Akashic records, resonating all around you, the shimmering, rippling landscape of appearances, always communicating with us, always showing us, touching on everything from creative or artistic endeavors to work projects and even financial investments. This doorway to eternal guidance is open to you now. The energy of the Akashic records, I know, how lovely and magical for this eclipse, says Kirsten. I couldn't agree more. The records energy, represented by the sacred geometry of the circle and triangle, vibrates through the ever expanding flow of energy in your life. The circle is the very real vortex of your eternal consciousness, which is being sent outward in every direction by the arrows and triangles of your intention and life force. But just as the rays of your own light move out into infinite awareness, so too do the rays of divine consciousness return to commune with you. This magical connection can change your life in spectacular ways. It heightens your intuition, helping you harness the wisdom of the universe through all your experiences, great and small. When this card shows up in your spread, you'll find yourself making spontaneous, honoring decisions, trusting your choices, and clearly seeing the future potentials coming into your life. The portal marks a time of expanding consciousness, open to the guidance of your own eternal mind, and look toward the future with confidence. And the affirmation, heavenly light opens my crown and brow chakras. I resonate with the eternal wisdom of my soul. I am divinely guided. Love that. That's so powerful. And it's true. Each of us does have an eternal portal open to the divine. It never closes, it's never not there. But there are times when we, because of insecurity, kind of are veiled from it, or maybe because of life circumstances, challenges, difficulties, unfulfilled desires, things that we wish were happening that aren't happening. All of that is, you know, layers upon layers that obscure our pure vision of the oneness light that is in us and with us and through us, and we are of it. That oneness light is the sublime clay from which reality is wrought, a sublime, transparent clay. Everything in the landscape around us reveals this to us if we pay attention. We have to ask ourselves when something is happening that we find disturbing, why is this happening right now? What is it that this is meant to tell me? Sometimes it's meant to tell us, shore up yourself, shore up your protections, double down. Sometimes it's meant to tell us, open up, you can trust. Sometimes it will tell us, oh, love is on the way. People care about you. This landscape of reality is always talking to us. One woman in our temple, she's changing jobs from one role to another, and she's a helper healer spirit, and it's hard when you've been at a job for 15 years or more to make that kind of a change. And so she texted me this morning that she was feeling a little bit teary as she left her shift, and that she popped in to one of the spaces where in her job, and accidentally bumped into her first supervisor from 17 years ago, who told her how great it was to see her, and who is now retired but has come back on a volunteer basis and was helping out, or maybe not volunteer, but I don't know, who had come back on a short-term basis and was helping out. And there was just so much confirmation, like on this day at this time that she was feeling down, the universe put someone in front of her and said, look, it's not over. You can always come back. You're always going to be able to help. Look at this person who you respect, who you care about, who has made it happen for herself. That is the kind of thing that we really want to have with the universe. So that when we're feeling sad, there's a little sign that's like, it's okay. Keep going. The sadness is part of the journey. So that when we're happy, there's a sign that says, yeah, you can trust. You're allowed. You're allowed to be happy. Relax, enjoy. So that when there's a moment where you're like confused and WTF and why is something going on? Why is this happening? That you have that little nudge that says, this is why, because you're meant to do this. You're meant to try something new. You're meant to reach in this direction. You're meant to do the thing you were thinking about yesterday, but you didn't take action on. The divine portal is always open, but we're not always paying close attention. Times like a full moon eclipse give us the little reminder to pay close attention to all the magical synchronicities that are happening every day. And especially, it's like that moonlight just shines on those synchronicities so that we can see them a little bit brighter. We can perceive them a little bit better. So that's our short bit for today. Pay attention to the signs. The portal is open. It's a direct portal from your own consciousness with the oneness, through to and with the oneness light. And you are part of that oneness light. You are not separate from it ever. And that oneness light shapes everything that we think of as reality. Let's dive into practice 3 prostrations before the shrine of Guanyin. And let's take refuge. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention, a person, place, situation, or circumstance that will benefit from today's practice. And today, I'm holding in my heart my friend Allie, who is recuperating from a procedure to cope with some of the cancer that has tried to make an ugly resurgence in her life. And good news is that they got it all. And let's recite the 4 immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering to Guan Yin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Come back here, you little scooter. Om Ahum. 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 Omahong, 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 Omahong. Reverently I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guanyin, remain until the end of samsaric existence, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. 108 recitations of Namo Guanxin Pusa, reaching out to the one who always has that light emanating from her heart, that sacred portal to everything that is. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, Namo Guanxin Pusa, Namo Guanxin Pusa, Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, Namo Guanxin Pusa, Namo Guanxin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. 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 And our brief practice for summoning prosperity by Jamgyön Mipom Rinpoche. Hung Chosum Sasum Nakdang Chakye Tu Tenyo Sishi Chayang Getsen Kun Dirku Dirdu Palge Minu Par Deki Tashi Lekto Palpar Sho. Whom, by the power of mantras and mudras of the three jewels and the three roots, may all the good omens, abundance, and prosperity of the animate and inanimate universe, both samsara and nirvana, be summoned and gathered here and expand without ever declining, so that the splendor of happiness, well being, auspiciousness, and all that is good may blaze forth. Hum Chosum Sasum Nakdang Cheki Tu Tenyo Sishi Chayang Getsen Kun Dirku Dirdu Page Minu Par Deki Tashi Lexo Palpar Sho. 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum, sending out that energy of awakening and consciousness to all those who are having a hard time remembering that the portal is always open. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lamadechin Yeshuangmo. Om Sosti, through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of supreme bliss, Yeshewangmo, be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings, so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guanxin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guanyin, a bow to one another, and a bow to the inner teacher who's always reminding us that the portal is open. Hope everyone has a great day. Don't forget to leave your counts in the comments if you like, and I will be back on Monday. Have a good weekend. Happy full moon.